Hit it, bitch.
All right.
Doug, I missed your hee-hee.
I know, man. I did too. I've been practicing it, though, because I knew we were coming back. So
I love it.
All right, guys. So CSR, we're back after about a four or 5 months of hiatus.
Yeah.
No, it's basically been about, I think we said about a month.
The holiday season.
Yeah, we took a break. And as we explained on Instagram Live, life happens, and I'm sure everybody experienced it. But we had to just kind of take a little break, and we're back, man. So this is, let's go ahead and introduce again in case we might have some new listeners. I'm Doug.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Justin.
All right, guys. So this will be Season 2, Episode 13, correct?
Yep.
Playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs.
Playoffs.
Anybody that knows the great Jim Mora, that's basically aimed at our Panthers.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that here shortly, actually. But I did wanted to talk. We were going to talk about this, and we kind of talked about it before we started. I think all three of us are in agreement that, in light of what happened this past week, we wanted to dedicate this episode to Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin.
Yes.
Yeah.
I played for a long time, man, and I've seen a lot of people post things like this. I've seen injuries. I've experienced teammates getting hurt. I've never seen anything like what happened. None of us have.
Yeah.
And good news today.
Yes.
He supposedly was actually awake. He woke up today. He's communicating through writing, I guess. Yeah. And first thing they said, one of the first things he asked was, "Did we win the game?"
Yeah.
And the doctors told him, "Well, you won at life."
Yeah.
So, man, it's just a great story, man. And I hope that kid pulls through. I like how everybody pulled together.
Yes.
I mean, the charity thing,
this is bigger than football.
Oh man, it's crazy. It just shows you how trivial football really is.
Yeah, sports and everything like that. Yeah.
And all 32 teams changed their profiles to his number and stuff. That was really cool on the NFL's part. So again, we're going to dedicate this episode to him and his full recovery.
And kudos to the training staff, all the training staff, the Bills, the Bengals. And kudos to the Bengals, the way they handled the situation and came together with the Bills. It's such a horrific event that is kind of one of a million thing that could happen.
Yeah.
But it did, and they responded correctly.
And I think the fans in the stadium, I got to give them tip of the hat as well. That stadium you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
Because there's always we go to games, guys.
Yeah.
There's always drunken idiots there who are they ruin the national anthem. They do all kinds of things.
They're going to cheer when a guy's injured.
That was it was a little sobering, I would say, to use a word. So I kudos to the whole Cincinnati deal.
Yeah.
One thing that is a little weird, which you could talk about later, was that's like the fourth serious injury on that field.
Yeah.
And they were talking about that. They were talking about bringing in like someone to cleanse the stadium.
They might need to.
It's kind of crazy.
A little salt and iron.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, just wanted to touch on that, man. That was a tough night.
That was.
I think everybody, social media just blew up. But again, it just shows you how trivial and how we put a lot of stock into these guys. But these are human beings, and they're out there putting their life on the line.
Yeah,
obviously. So. All right, full recovery, man. We're cheering for you.
Yep. Prayers.
Come on back, Hamlin. We got you, buddy.
Prayers up.
All right, so we're going to go now to our wheel of numbers.
Yeah.
And the number that's been hanging out there for weeks is 75.
Yeah.
75. And do we remember who
I don't remember who selected
I can't remember who. If you know who you are.
Yeah.
But it was
the guy.
It was one of the listeners.
You're the listener.
But 75. So we're going to go with 75. Steven or Justin, one of you guys start.
Well, do I do fan responses first?
Sure.
I can hit him real quick.
Let's do it.
Reaper Kevin said Neil Bonnet.
Mm-hmm. On my list.
Zach said Barry Zito.
On my list.
I don't know if I can say this name, but I'll give the whole college try. Tampa Steve said Andrej Palat. Tampa Bay Lightning.
Gotta be a Lightning.
I was going to say gotta be a hockey player.
Like that's.
But you're the pronunciation guy.
So hopefully I got that pretty close.
So Tampa Steve, how do you do?
Yeah. Or Andrej, if you ever listen to this, let me know how you did. How I did.
Oh yeah, I know that dude.
And Tampa Steve actually had two answers.
Okay.
So yeah, that one, and then Mean Joe Green.
Yeah, and he's on my list as well.
So let's hit it.
Mean Joe Green.
What you got?
Well, I'll take Mean Joe Green off there. The only reason I got that is because of Family Guy, by the way.
Yeah.
The Coke
The
commercial.
Coke commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Howie Long.
Howie Long.
Yeah. He always seems to be like a really, really big supporter of the Panthers. Every time I watch him, he's like...
He's kind of like a Nate Burleson guy, has a little support for him.
Yeah.
On my list. Okay, cool. He's on my list as well. And an outstanding performance in Broken Arrow, starring John Travolta. Did y'all see that movie?
No.
You should watch it.
I don't watch
Is it a
movies.
sports film?
No, it's not.
Well.
It's actually it's like a military where they try to John Travolta's a bad guy and he tries to steal 2 nukes.
Travolta is a bad guy?
Yeah, man, he's a good bad guy.
Did he have a goatee?
No, he didn't. But how long did?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but he's good in that. You guys should check that movie out and give me some support out there, guys. I got Jonathan Ogden,
Very nice.
awesome lineman.
Yep. I have to say this because if I don't, Sarah will kill me.
Yes, you could.
Vince Wilfork.
That's why I didn't stay that name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
Sarah,
saved that one for you.
Sarah, that's your boy.
We don't want to see you get
Even wore that in at Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to see
Miami
you get,
or Houston?
we don't want to see you get injured.
Miami.
Oh, it's college?
Yeah, college.
Oh, okay. I was like, okay.
All right, what you got?
I'll go with one of our offensive linemen, the guy that I completely forgot about, Matt Khalil.
Yeah. Oh, we gave him a shit ton of money, too.
Yeah.
Oh, so
He's probably still getting paid.
beep. Sorry.
Yeah. I got another Panther, current Panther,
Yep.
Cam Irwin.
Yep.
So he don't play a lot.
No, not a lot. but he's a good rotational guy.
he's a good.
I'm glad he's not a starter, but I'm glad he's a rotational guy.
Backup.
Yep. I got Deacon Jones.
Oh, nice one.
So
That's going way back,
okay.
and he was dominant, man.
All right.
Dominant in his day.
Yeah, he was.
What you got?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now for NBA, what I got was it has not been worn.
Hang on. You had an NBA guy? Or?
No.
I had one.
Did you really?
It's not one. It's just what I was going to note was it said the number has not been worn
Okay.
Oh.
as of 2019.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nobody's ever wore 75.
So it's wide open for all you young players.
if I was a young player, especially a center or something,
Center, yeah.
I'd be getting it.
75.
So there you go.
I've got Ryan Reeves plays for the Rangers in the NHL.
Okay. Who, by the way, we'll talk about
Yeah.
that in a little bit. I don't want to talk about the Rangers. Anyway, what you got?
He's done.
You done? I got 2 more in their NASCAR.
I've got 3 more. I've got 2 baseball and a NASCAR.
All right. I got 2 NASCAR.
Okay.
Let me knock them out.
Hit him.
Morgan Shepherd,
Okay.
who drove the Remington Ford.
Remington.
Yeah.
Huh.
And our CSR favorite, the late, great Dick Trickle.
Oh, Dick Trickle.
The Raymock Enterprises Oldsmobile.
Damn.
Now, that's going
That's
back.
back.
But Oldsmobile?
Dick Trickle is a CSR legend.
Dude,
We all know
my
that.
he's my
He
guy.
goes
Yep.
on,
My guy.
day one.
I'm tapped.
You're tapped. So I got one more NASCAR, and that's Todd Bodine, the Onion.
Oh, yeah.
So in the Truck Series.
Yeah.
Grant Dayton, Braves relief pitcher. And then Alan Mills. He played for the Orioles and the Dodgers. And that is it.
Alan Mills.
Yep.
There's a number 75 on the ice right now for the Preds.
Oh, wow.
Well, look at that.
Yep,
Well, I wonder who that
he's,
is.
he's somewhere down here.
Which, by the way, is
There he is, right there.
currently tied 1-1.
Yep. Go Gaines.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
All right, wheel of numbers.
Do you want to try the 50?
Huh?
We're going to pick a new number for next week?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is the new edition, guys. So instead of asking for yours, we're doing an actual wheel and spinning it.
What you pointing at me for?
You got sound.
I'm trying to get it.
Okay, cool. Do, 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 do.
Yeah. Give me the music.
Android.
All right, well,
That sounded a little.
I told you it was worse on my phone.
we'll find a different sound effect, but that was on the fly.
That was supposed to be a wheel spinning.
So that
No,
was,
guys, that's an Android, okay?
that was a
That's an Android.
Well, anyways, since we spun the wheel that was underwater, it actually landed on 49.
40.
Oh, hey, cool.
So next week it's 49.
Go Niners.
So there you go.
Go Niners. That's a good one, man.
So
All right, so I'm gonna write it down because forget it. It's old people. All right, so 49. Go Niners.
so there you go. Wheel of numbers. Next week, think of your favorite 49.
49.
All right,
I've
cool.
already got one.
Yep, I already
Me too.
do. I do too. I'll write it down right now. All right, cool.
Already called
So we're good with that. Will numbers. We're going to go ahead and go Panthers, guys. We moved it up in the rotation.
Kind of another format change that we talked about.
And we talked about, we had our, we called it a quality control meeting.
Yep.
And it was at a brewery. Shocker. And
we weren't drunk.
And I'm going to shout them out.
Well, it wasn't really a brewery. It's more of a bar.
More of a bar.
Yeah.
And that's Overflow.
Yep.
And that would be in Mooresville.
Yep.
I thought it was great, man.
Awesome.
It was a really cool atmosphere. I would recommend checking it out. I did see the other day on Instagram, we started following them. They're actually going to have coffee now.
Yeah.
And they're having like a cocktail bar, all kinds of stuff. So they're having kids' night. So it's a pretty cool place, man. Go check it out. It's in Mooresville, Overflow.
Yep.
But yeah, man, we're going to talk about the Panthers. We figure we move them up. That's our bread and butter. That's how we got together. So we're going to move that up to the front and talk about the Panthers.
Yes, sir.
So let's go ahead and we'll kind of recap the last game.
Yeah.
Right. We'll do that, and then
with
we're gonna kind of, I guess, preview what's coming up. So
Yep.
go ahead. When you guys take it away.
Hit it, Justin.
Oh God. Well, we had a game against Tampa, and this game was going to decide if we were going to stay into the playoff race
Yeah.
and take the division lead, or if we took a loss, we were out of the playoffs, and then our season was pretty much over.
Now, can we just say, did any of us think about this in October, this being popsicle?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So, like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll get into the Wilkes thing. We'll get into all that. But I do want to say, I'm trying to be a little bit of a Debbie Downer here.
Yeah.
The only reason, main reason,
the division was
just
terrible.
because the division stinks.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
We can't help our division.
Somebody's got to win, right? Somebody's got to win it.
I mean, somebody's got to win it.
Right.
I think two of the biggest factors, and Doug, you said it, like Wilkes and honestly, Sam Darnold.
And we kind of talked about that, and we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. Just the way that Sam was playing.
Somebody in this group's got a Darnold jersey.
Yeah. I think he's over there
I
somewhere.
think it's that Steven guy.
It's looking kind of smart now. Huh?
Yeah, it looks good now. It was on the shelf for a little while, but no, man. I mean, we'll get to Darnold, but yeah, I think we all three. Sam's playing well.
Yep.
So,
But we were leading this game for the most part. In the first half, we looked amazing, I think. Fourth quarter, obviously Tom Brady's sitting over there on the sidelines with his head down. You know that's bad.
yeah.
And rip those iPads that were on that side.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure he was tossing them left and right.
Yeah. We lost that game 30-24.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we are officially out of the playoffs now. But yeah, I mean, anything you want to hit on that game?
The game was disappointing in the fact that I feel like, and you guys know, we led practically the whole game. We were up 24-10
Yeah.
and 21-10, and I'm like, God, we got a chance at this thing.
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm gonna do offense side of the ball and defense side of the ball.
Sure.
But I do want to say this: we controlled that game until probably 3 minutes left in the second quarter, and then it was Bucks time.
Because it was right before half, and we let them hang around.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened. They were getting the ball coming out.
Yep.
I agree with you 100%.
I think that one of the biggest things we let them do is Tom Brady threw the ball short for so much,
They opened it up.
and then all of a sudden he's bombing it down the field to Mike Evans.
And y'all knew it was coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming. I mean, we were hurting in the secondary. You knew it was coming.
So going back to the offense, I do love how we came out and let Sam sling it the first drive.
Yeah.
Looked really good, and I really think it caught the Bucks off guard that we just didn't pound it down their throat at first.
He looked comfortable.
He looked good. I mean, he was going through his progressions, finding DJ, which we didn't even know DJ was part of the team for the first 5 weeks.
For some reason, Baker just wouldn't throw to him.
I mean, he finished today 22 of 37, 341, 3 touchdowns. I mean,
And 341 was a career high.
yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He did lose 3 fumbles and had a pick. His first touchdown to Tremble was beautiful.
good throw.
Like right,
Oh, yeah.
it sat there as a perfect throw right in between like three bucks.
Yeah.
Just glad Tremble called it.
Yep. And then I'm going to go ahead and this will be the first big cuss word.
No, do it, man.
So,
do it.
you know,
hey, morning.
Sad morning. It was a fucking dime to DJ
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, great.
It was.
for his second touchdown.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
beautiful.
That was a beautiful throw. that was a dime.
He's got the skills, man.
But what I'm going to say now maybe will contradict what I said before, but we needed more balance on offense.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I love that we came out and started slinging it with Sammy.
We
like,
quit running.
We just stopped. That was the thing. We stopped the
just
rush
stopped
attempts.
running.
We had 22 attempts.
Yep. And I noted that watching the game. I was like, why? We need to be pounding the ball.
Which I know we weren't really getting anywhere with it. And then the game started getting closer. And
you got to keep them honest.
Well, you got exactly. I mean, we rushed it for 22 attempts as opposed to 43 against the Lions, which was that record-setting performance of 320 yards.
That was nuts.
So I feel like we just need to find that happy medium.
Yeah.
We don't need to run it 43 times.
No.
There's no sense of running it 40. No. We need to be running it like 32, 33.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I feel like we abandoned the run.
Yeah.
We really did. At least to keep them balanced.
And as much as we all love Sam, we all know he has the tools.
Sure.
He is a game manager. Yeah. And that's what we need with this kind of team. Yeah. We have a good run. We have running attack. We have good defense.
Yep.
We just need a guy that doesn't turn the ball over, and we need to make a throw.
Yep.
And your offensive line is starting to gel.
Yeah.
It's actually starting to get some consistency to it.
They were giving him time to throw.
Yeah. I mean, run blocking, I have no worries.
Yeah.
Right.
I think run block, other than like Pittsburgh and
Tampa's got good run defense too. Vita Vea, of course, all of a sudden show up.
Right.
But
I feel like all the pieces are coming together on that offense. Obviously, we know our defense is good. But like you said, Sam's a game manager. You gotta equal out the passing with the rushing.
Like with his 37 attempts, take away 10. And add 10 to the rushing attempts, and that's probably where we need to be.
Yeah.
Right.
And obviously, at the end of the game, he was throwing more balls because we needed to score first. We had to score quick.
Sure.
I do want to shout out DJ, who is my player of the game. Had a hell of a game, making a tough catch on 4th and 3 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah. Was that the sideline catch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, beautiful throw by Darnold, but better catch by DJ.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ending the game with 6 catches, 117 yards, one touchdown, and he's having one of his best seasons, even with a slow start this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hitting off of DJ, since our last podcast, which has been 8 games, DJ's had 29 catches, 453 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And the 4 touchdowns have come in the last 4 games.
He's playing well, man.
I mean,
in the first 5 games, like you said, he was a ghost.
He might as well have been a water boy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't his doing.
It's not his fault. If no one throws in the ball, he can't do it.
It's frustrating because I think DJ is underappreciated or maybe just overlooked.
He is
talent in the league.
He's underrated.
Yeah.
I think he's a great ball player. I think, and he has a great attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's a good dude.
Yep.
But one thing I wanted to talk about on the offense real quick, I think the killer in that game, Stephen, I think you're all over it about abandoning the run. I agree with you on that. The turnovers killed us.
6 fumbles is ridiculous.
Killed us. It absolutely killed us. Bad points in the game. Sam's throw, he had the guy open. If he'd have let him, underthrew him, caused a pick. The turnovers were big for me in that game.
No, I agree.
And we hadn't been turning it over.
No, that's the big key with Darnold.
So,
yep. Yeah, that's the big thing since Darnold had started. There's been no turnovers, but him unfortunately having 3 fumbles and losing 2 of them.
Right.
That hurts. This guy got hold onto the rock. But another note I want to make too, especially on the offside of the ball, and we can move to defense. No one else has to say anything. Is how we're using Chenault. I do love how we're using him.
Yeah.
On the screens.
I want to see them use him a little more.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yep.
I want to see him short to intermediate. I don't want to see him running. I don't want to see him on a stretch route.
Right.
Go for the fences.
Right.
I love to see him hitting like a quick slant, a deep post, something like that.
Yeah. Wanted to give you guys a heads up. I was just reminded. I think it was the Saints game when he broke that long up. We were at that game, and we were sitting in different seats. His mom was sitting right behind us.
Oh, really?
And we didn't know. She kept talking about because he wasn't in the game. And when they threw him that pass, man, she's yelling the whole time. And we didn't know it was his mom until after this. He scored that long touchdown, and she started yelling, Junior, Junior. So she calls him Junior.
Yeah.
So then we started kind of listening to her back there, and then we realized it was his mom. And I'm telling you, she looks just like him.
Oh, really?
And she was so cool. So now me and my wife, we call him Junior.
Oh, there you go.
That's what we call him. So, but it was really cool, man. She was talking to us. His brother plays in college. She didn't tell me where. that same weekend, his brother had scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, but she was really nice, man. But Junior, that's what we call him. So
Nice.
you hear me say Junior, y'all know who I'm talking. I ain't talking about
Exactly.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'm talking about our boy. So
Heard that. But I'd like to see him get a little more out there. Like
I agree with you.
besides the screens.
and I made that comment during the game. I
Yeah.
said, man, we got to use him more.
And I'd like to see DJ in a little more of those screen situations.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
You know, we had talked,
Yeah,
Justin
I'm with
coming
you on
over
that.
here. I mean, Chenault's huge.
He's a big guy.
He's cute. He'd be a great blocker for DJ because DJ's not as big as Chenault.
At the Detroit game, we were sitting in our seats, and you guys know they're like second row.
Yeah.
I noted that he was standing like right. I was like, look, he is a big dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and like his lower body, he's a big guy.
He's like a running back on
he is.
Yeah.
He really is. And I agree, with Steve. You're all over it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was saying at Sunday. I was like, we got to use that guy more. So I agree with 100%, and definitely want him back.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got to have him.
Well, we should have him under contract.
Yeah,
he's, he's under his rookie
I
contract.
think he's still under. So, yep.
Anything else on the offside side of the ball that you guys want to touch?
Doug,
The only thing on offense I was going to note, I know it's kind of special teams, is Panarin. I mean, Eddie, he's the man.
Yeah.
yeah. Me and Steve were just talking about this.
He
today.
started out at that Atlanta game sucked, man, but they stuck with him, man. I think they said he's like 2 kicks away from tying Casey for the most field goals in the season.
I think he's like 20. I think he was 30 of 32 or something like that.
He's killing it,
You got to
dude.
tip your hat to the dude, man.
Yeah.
So I just want to shout him out.
Cool. I just want to say how well Terrace Marshall. I mean, I think we all got a foot in our mouth for that one.
Yeah.
He's playing pretty damn good.
Well, he's getting looked at.
Well, that's the thing. He's actually getting on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under the previous regime,
Yeah, what's his name?
he wasn't even touching the field.
It's
Right.
like he wasn't even on the team.
Yeah, like it's just an afterthought. He was a second, third round pick.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah.
We traded.
Second round.
We
Yeah.
traded to get.
He traded up
to get him.
to get him.
Well, New Orleans wanted him.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we
so you
did.
just gonna let him sit there and rot.
Yeah,
You know.
so I think he could be a force next year.
Yeah. So good call on that.
Yep, I agree.
And the other one is our run game. Foreman, obviously,
Please re-sign him.
but Chuba.
Chuba's
Chuba's
been
running
Chuba's
good,
stepping
man.
up.
He's running good, and I won't Foreman back.
And Blackshear.
Yeah.
Blackshear looks good.
Yep.
I think we have a really good trio of running backs.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I don't know if the contracts off the top of my head. I don't know if anybody's
For
leaving.
the right price, you got to bring.
I'm pretty sure we got Foreman for one more year after this.
Yeah.
Got to bring him back.
And Chuba's still
And
on the
Chuba's
rookie.
on a rookie,
I'm
and
not sure
so is
Black-
Blackshear's
yeah.
on a rookie.
Yeah.
So that should be like a 2 at least.
right.
So it'd be nice to keep that trio together, but we'll see. Defense side of the ball, we'll make it pretty quick. Secondary was exposed, being down Horn and Jackson.
Big time.
C.J. Henderson, Key Taylor beat like drums, starting in the second quarter, but all second half.
Yeah.
My question to y'all is, why didn't Norman play more?
Played 11 snaps. And you know, this will get into the Wilkes argument.
Yeah.
And look, I love Steve Wilkes.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get on. I'm gonna go on record and say that right now. He's a Charlotte guy. Love Steve Wilkes. I love what he stands for. He's a no nonsense guy. But what I kept saying, and Stephen, you brought that up. If you didn't, and when they asked him this question, he was saying he wasn't in game shape. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. He didn't think he. Well, then why the hell did you sign him?
There was a point.
What was the point of bringing him back then?
Why would
I
you
thought
not-
it was because Horn wasn't here, and you were going to give him a shot.
Why would you not bring back Tay Hayes then,
I agree.
who
Well-
played great in preseason?
Yeah.
Was this like his Cam Newton signing? Like
Right.
oh, let's bring back the guy that's going to get the crowd all pumped up.
Right. Was it a locker room
Yeah.
signing?
And my other question is too, and I don't know if he had hit on this, was did Norman not want to play more snaps?
Yeah, because they asked him, and you know he didn't want to step on Wilkes' toes,
Right.
but they did ask him that question, and he said, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
He took the high road,
I mean, he did the professional route,
which
but
he should.
But like in my eyes, like if I'm Josh Norman and you're bringing me there to play, I want to play. I don't want to. I'm not the rah guy.
And I hope he plays this week.
Yeah.
There's no way he didn't want to play.
Yeah,
He got out there the first play he did, and obviously it was an incompletion. I don't really know if he had much to do with
I mean,
the
it was a bad
incompletion.
throw, but still.
But
He was there on Julio.
Yeah. He
you
was on Julio.
saw the fire that he brought, like with that one incompletion.
Right.
And we don't have anybody else out there doing that.
Yeah.
Like nobody.
Well, before the game, he led like the team talk,
Yeah.
and he was firing everybody up.
And that was
so.
my question. Why isn't he, if you're going to let this dude, I don't know if he took control of that situation and was like, hey guys, I'm breaking down the team. Or if that was like a Wilkes,
You do it.
Norman, you break it down.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to let this guy break down the team
Yeah.
and he's not out there, that's passion. Like
It was a bit of a head scratcher.
And that's something we're missing with our top two corners is Horn's kind of a silent guy, but he'll talk a little. Jackson is the dog.
yeah,
He's the dog that Norman used to be.
right.
And that's what we need in their secondary. I think Horn does have the dog in him.
He does, but he's not a
He
rah-rah.
lets us play.
He's not a big rah-rah guy.
He's not a big raw guy.
No, he's not.
He's like in between Bradbury and Norman.
Yep.
Bradbury didn't say a damn word.
Which, by the way, I wouldn't mind seeing us take a look at Bradbury
Me and you both.
and bring him back.
I'm going to go back to your Wilkes criticisms, I guess we can call it, because we love Wilkes, like you said.
I mean,
There had to be some kind of adjustments we made at half with coverage schemes.
and he didn't.
Like, why do we not have a safety over the top?
That's exactly what I was talking about. After the first one,
I mean, it happens.
You got me.
Yeah,
But Steve Wilkes is supposed to be a defensive guy.
a secondary guy.
guy.
Yeah.
And exactly, Stephen. Why did we not make adjustments and have a safety over the top to give help? I can't answer that question.
Is it because both of our safeties are in the box safeties?
I don't know.
Probably.
But I do think it's a fair question.
Our two starting safeties are Xavier Woods and Jeremy Chin. They're not coverage guys, really. They're more you put them in the box and they're stopping the run and tackling
Yeah.
people.
Well, and we are talking about the GOAT back there.
I mean, you get
Brady knew what he was doing.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
He knew.
Yeah.
And he went to it 3 times.
So do we think it's the personnel and we knew the personnel wouldn't fit the scheme?
I don't know.
well. I mean, you nailed it. Like you got two strong safeties. Two strong safeties back there
Right.
playing. I mean, you don't have a free safety.
You don't have somebody running around the like we don't have a Kurt Coleman.
You don't have a Kirk Coleman. You don't have a Trey Boston.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jake showed me a bush.
we
It's
can't,
in the cooler.
but we can't answer that. And it's a fair question.
So-
and it's not so much a criticism; it's a question.
It's just like why would we not make
Yeah, what
some
are we
kind
doing,
of
man?
kind of scheme
What are we doing? It
change?
didn't happen. It didn't happen just once.
Right.
It happened 3 times.
Yeah, to the same guy.
So
And then another thing, and this might be a get off my lawn, and I think we all can agree with this.
Sure.
I am sick and effing tired of seeing players going for the big hit.
yeah,
Tackle them.
don't and they're not wrapping up.
Wrap up.
Yeah, I agree.
There was 3 or 4. I rewatched the game this
Yeah.
morning.
Oh yeah,
Wrap up. I don't care if you lay him out.
dude.
I'd rather you make the damn. I don't care if it was the softest. You lay him down on a pillow.
Yeah.
As long as that tackle is done, he's not a first down.
Well, Stephen, think about it. In today's NFL, what are we all getting away from? The big hits.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get flagged. You're going to be targeted and all that crap.
Right.
So why are we still doing that?
There's no
Wrap the
sense in
guy up. When I played, man, I know it was back in the day when we had leather helmets, but we were taught
Barely.
to wrap up.
Yeah.
Tackle. Use your shoulder.
Yep.
Tackle people. And man, tackling today is a lost art. It's
It
not
is.
just the Panthers.
No, I know.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of shoulder tackles.
And since you bring it up a criticism, another thing that I can't stand is I played some DB, and I know I'm not anywhere near the athletes that these guys are. This is technique I'm talking about. We were taught to play the ball,
Not the player.
turn and play the ball. I see so many. I don't know if it's a new technique they teach, and we talked about this on another episode.
Or lack of
they
coaching.
don't turn around.
Yeah.
They do not turn around and play the ball.
And what happens 9 times out of 10?
Pass interference.
what I've always never understood is if you're playing the player and you see him
Turn around.
obviously going for a ball. No, not even that. Stick your hand in
That's
front
what
of
I'm
his
saying.
face.
That's what I'm saying.
Just stick your hands up like this.
But at least,
Don't touch him.
At least make an effort. Because if I'm a referee and you don't even make an effort to play the ball, I'm gonna throw the flag.
Yeah.
That's what they're taught.
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna be honest with you, we're not in college football. Carolina's DBs, it was terrible. As a matter of fact, in the bowl game,
Yeah.
one of the announcers made that comment.
Yep.
He said Carolina's DBs, none of them play the ball.
Yep. They're playing
And
the
they're going
player.
to get flagged every
Every
time.
time.
So I don't know what they're being taught.
I think it's a lack of technique, honestly.
And maybe that's the new what they're teaching them, but it ain't working. So there we go. But my only criticism of the defense was lack of pass rush.
Yeah.
Pass rush, we got Tom Brady 3 times,
Yep.
but he had a lot of time to stand back there. Now, Justin made a good point. He was throwing a lot of, I think it was Justin or one of you, I know, but it was a lot of quick passes.
It was.
But he had a lot of time back there.
He did.
So we got to start getting a better pass rush.
And me and Steven talked about this earlier. Tom Brady is one of the quarterbacks that will demolish our defense because we play zone defense.
Yep.
And he'll pick it apart.
We don't play man.
He'll pick
So
it
he's
apart.
going to 5 yards here, 5 yards here,
Pick it apart.
boom, 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 and then over the top.
Yep.
Like,
And that's exactly what
He
happened.
set you up.
And that's why I have my notes right here. Panthers kryptonite since the dawn of time is a quarterback that can chip away or dip and dunk.
Totally agree.
And that's why don't get me wrong. I love Ron Rivera, love Steve Wilkes,
Sure.
Sean McDermott. We can never get away from that zone coverage.
No.
yeah.
Like we can't.
It's like it's our calling card.
And if we're gonna play zone, at least if they're point off the ball, like or off the snap, at least press them a little bit.
we give way too much cushion.
There's too much cushion.
Dude, 3rd and 4, and we're like 10 yards back.
Right.
But it's because we don't want to get beat deep.
Yeah. But what could happen? Still, Mike Evans ran by Keith Taylor
Oh my
and
God.
CJ Henderson.
Yeah.
He's still scoring touchdowns
Yeah.
right now.
I think they're still
yeah.
there's all they can see is
Them-
jersey.
Them cannons are still firing.
It's ridiculous, man.
Part of them Karen.
But going back to the pass rush, I mean, we had 2 sacks in the first half, 3 for the total for the game. I thought after watching it today, Burns did have a lot of pressure on Brady. He just couldn't finish with a sack,
Gotcha.
which was another thing we had talked about pre-show was I think the effort's there, the execution's not there.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about that. I'm going to bring that up in another segment. but
Okay.
I've rethought some things.
So I'll leave my Burns talk to when you bring it up.
We'll do it.
I'll leave my Burns talk to when we bring it up.
Okay, perfect.
cool.
We'll leave it to that segment. So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Well, thank you for alluding to that.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
And I'm
Wow.
going to tell you, in my pre-show today,
Mm.
I was thinking to myself, I am going to avoid that word.
You're not stealing it this time.
I'm trying to make sure he gets it first for once, since it's his word. So good job, Justin.
Yeah.
The only couple of things I wanted to touch before we move on is I thought the rush defense did a great job.
Yeah.
Only holding them to 67 yards rushing.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah.
Derek Brown kind of calling him out a little bit. He was pretty quiet in that game, which we really needed him.
He was.
And we could really use that push up the middle from him that he's been given all year.
Yeah.
But I don't think anybody else will disagree with this. The player of the game for me, anyways, was Luvu.
Yeah, total.
How could you not?
They had career high in
13.
tackles.
13 tackles, a sack, and 3 tackles
Dude,
for
I love
loss.
Luvu.
I
Love
mean,
that guy.
We have a great linebacker core right now.
Great,
I got stuff on him.
great pickup, and
Hit it.
go ahead.
Yeah. So all my stuff is pretty much the last 8 games. My Brian Burns stuff is going to be from the last 8 games
Okay,
also.
cool. That's cool.
But so this is solo tackles, not combined tackles. I think combined he's already got like 90 something.
No, I think he's over 100 combined. Yeah.
Well, solo in the year he's got 74, but 63 in the last 8 games.
That's kicking, man.
He's got 7 sacks on the year, 6 in the last 8 games.
yeah, he's playing, man.
Like
That dude's.
dude's gone.
We found a gem.
Well,
Yeah.
we need to,
Make sure-
shoot him up.
Yeah.
we need to keep hold on to him, and I love his attitude, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think
He-
he's a good team guy.
I think he should have got a captain.
Well, you know what?
I think he will next year.
Well, one of our
Yeah.
captains got released,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah.
good call, Justin. So, all right, so quick preview
Yeah.
for the Aints.
Yeah. So
Y'all know I hate that saying.
the only thing before we start, if are we gonna do offense, defense side of the ball?
Yeah, we can do that.
The only thing I'm gonna say before we get into that is Wilkes is coaching for the head coaching job here now.
He is.
If he wins, not sure he's gonna get it. But if a loss will probably pretty much self out, we're gonna go a different direction. Head coach.
I agree with you.
I think if we lose, I think we're gonna go a different direction. I'm not saying I want that.
No, that's not what we're saying.
I just think that's the direction the Panthers will go.
I think
What we want is not the issue.
Yeah.
I think if he loses and they don't give him even a look,
No, I think they'll interview him.
I think he's earned his spot.
Okay. Well,
All day.
I mean, that's a debate, and
Yeah.
that's part of that's on that debate too.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could do it quickly now. I'm not anti Wilkes at all. As a matter of fact, my take on it is this: if they hire Wilkes, I'm fine with that. It's not going to bother me. I'm not going to be upset. If Tepper decides he wants to go hire a bigger name, like a Harbaugh, which has been floating around, I get it. And Harbaugh's proven he can win in the NFL.
So that's what we had talked about. If you're gonna go after like a Harbaugh, who's taking that 49ers in his first season, I think they were like 13-3.
Yeah, dude, he
Yeah.
went
12-4.
Went to the Super Bowl.
Went to the Super Bowl, was deep in the playoffs.
Beat us in the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't mind that.
Yeah.
What I don't really like is if you're going to go for these other coordinators.
I agree.
That's what, like, Wilkes, if you're just going to go for coordinators
You
and
might,
Harbaugh's
you might
off
as
the
well
list,
hire Wilkes.
just might as yeah, exactly.
And Justin, I'm with you on the Wilkes part of that.
The guy from Michigan is the only other guy that I would want.
Harbaugh.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I said. Harbaugh right now, if you were to tell me Harbaugh's coming, I've been on record.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Oh, I'd love it.
No offense to Steve Wilkes.
No,
Yeah,
I'm all in on Harbaugh.
but he's already established himself as a successful NFL coach.
Sure.
He knows how to take a team
He's no
and
Matt
make
Rule.
something good out
He's
of it.
no Matt Rule.
No, exactly.
And we've already got the defense that he pretty much had in San Fran.
I mean, I'm on record as saying that, and of course, in today's society, if you make a decision on one thing, then people will go, well, then that means you don't like the other.
No.
I am not anti-Wilkes.
No.
He's a Charlotte guy. Hey, man, I like Wilkes. I think he's a great guy, and the players like him.
The only thing I wanted, and if we're going for Harbaugh,
Sure.
that's awesome. I wait for the season to be done, and then say, "Hey, Wilkes, you are in contention for this, but we want to explore all options."
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they've done that.
And hopefully they've had that conversation.
I'm sure they have.
I mean, we know how Tepper can be sometimes.
Us as an organization have a bad tendency of burning bridges.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do.
yeah, we do.
But I'm with you, Justin. I like Wilkes. I don't think we could go wrong hiring Wilkes.
All I was saying is, if he wins, it really helps his case.
It does.
I feel like a loss is bigger than a win for him right now.
And you heard what he said the other day.
Because the loss would definitely, I think, will push him back a lot.
Well, you heard him. He said, "We're going to win the game. We're going to win the game. We're not tanking. We're not going for a draft pick." Which that's a whole nother issue we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I mean, if they hire Wilkes, I'm okay with that. But if you tell me today we're going to get Harbaugh, I'm all in.
Right.
Yeah.
So there, we got that off the table.
All right, we're moving on to that. Let's say offensive side for the Panthers. What did you guys like to see in this preview against the Aints?
Run the freaking ball.
Yep.
Are we doing like bolds? Or are we doing like
Just what do you see in the preview?
What do we want to see?
To
What do you
win,
want to see? You can make a bold prediction. I have one down.
to win the game, okay? Because we're gonna review this or preview this as we're trying to win the game.
Closing out the season
To win the game,
to win the game.
I say we got to run the ball.
I would like to see Sam Darnold have a very good,
Oh, me too.
clean game.
Me too.
Right.
One more clean game, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
End it. No interceptions.
Yeah.
I agree.
No turnovers.
Yeah, no
I
turnovers.
agree with that.
There's just a good Darnold game.
But we got to run the ball.
So that's what I put. I would like to see at least.
Darn old game. Shut up.
Jesus Christ. I like to see 12 to 15 carries from Foreman and Hubbard each.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's about
How many?
12 to 15 each.
Okay.
So that'll be about 30 times.
About 30,
I like
right?
that.
Yeah, I like it.
So, and then maybe throw in Blackshear for one or two,
But
22
Steven,
runs.
that's balance.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
that's what I'm talking about. I like what Justin's saying about Darnold too.
Yep.
But we got to balance. We got to have a balance.
Yep. I think Lattimore versus Moore is going to be a good matchup.
Yep.
Yep.
I would like to get Moore early and get him to 1,000 because he only needs 122 receiving yards to get to 1,000.
Yeah.
And then I would like to see a tight end get involved, especially in check down situations. I love Giovanni Ricci.
Yeah.
He had a big catch the other day.
I think get him involved more.
Yep. Had a
If
big
it's
catch.
coming out as a fullback, if it's a fullback swing, you check it down to him. If he plays tight end, I think he has great hands. He has good speed at the fullback tight end position.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
My bold prediction is we rush for 150 yards as a team, and DJ gets us 1,000 yards.
Cool. I like it.
Love it.
What are you guys looking on defense?
Defense, I tell you, I'd like to see Barno play more.
Yeah.
I want to see what we got from this
He's
guy.
got to be active.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see him active, and I want to see him get some snaps.
I love it.
And on offense, I'd like to see Cade Mays get some more snaps. I did read this week, and going back to this little bit of offense, but we were talking about guys we want to see get some like snaps. We got a practice squad guy, Preston Williams,
Yeah.
receiver.
From the
I
Dolphins.
had read that they said that the Panthers really want to see him get some reps this week because they want to see what they have with him.
James goal.
So cool.
Cool.
So I'd like to see him get activated and possibly get some snaps.
We can't even get Rashad Higgins in the
I know,
game.
and that one just scratches my head.
Yeah.
I don't understand why we just don't use Higgins. That's a whole.
That makes me mad more than anything.
me too. I hate it, man. But on defense, I mean, I don't know, guys. The other thing I saw with Burns needs like 2.5 sacks to tie Kevin Green and Hardy for 15 sacks in a season. So if he gets 3, he breaks it.
Yep.
So and it's weird, guys. Peppers is not on that list.
He never had 15 sacks.
Just goes to show you, man. It's kind of weird. I mean,
He was consistently 12, 13.
He did other things too.
Yeah, and picks, a lot of
interesting.
field goals.
So I know I've
fumbles.
been criticizing Burns, so which we'll talk about later. But hey, I hope he gets it. He's our guy, so I want to make sure. I'm not hating on him. Friend of the show, Chris. I'm not hating on him.
I'm Brain Burns.
I'm just I'm calling out what I see. So, and apparently I'm in the minority. So that's it, man. We already talked about the as far as I got on my notes here, Wilkes and Harbaugh. So we already talked about that. So I do know the Saints lead the series 29-27.
We're about to make it 29-28.
So
No, but what I'm looking right now is Olave's probably going to kill us. He killed us in our first matchup with our healthy corners. He's definitely going to be beating these bums.
Yep.
I'd like to see Norman start or play more.
Or get a lot of play.
Or bring back Tay Hayes, like I said.
Yeah.
I mean, see how he does. And if he does well, that's potential depth for next year. I'd like to see Burns get his 2+ sacks.
Yep.
I would like to see Luvu or Shaq keyed in on Kamara.
Yep.
And like we had talked about, I'd like to see the secondary play a little more Bush, but more press.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
my bold prediction is Burns gets 2 or more sacks, and my score prediction is we lose 21-17. Though.
Okay. What you got?
Obviously, we all want to see Burns get
Yeah.
the record.
I mean, yeah.
Obviously,
I want to see DJ get his 1,000.
I'd rather see DJ
Yeah.
get 1,000
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Burns get the franchise.
Me too.
Personally,
But I like
Yeah.
to see both. Yeah, because I mean, I just think DJ, man, he's had some tough breaks, man. I mean, he only had a quarterback wouldn't throw to him for what, 5 weeks?
that's my thing. Is just see him get 1,000 after not even being probably targeted one time a game for 5 weeks.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Man.
That's what I think is crazy. I like to see, but don't get me wrong. I like to see Burns to get it.
I mean, I'm
I get
with
it.
you. I'm with you.
well, I'm just saying, like, who else on that defensive line has even helped Burns?
And that's part of the argument.
Frankie Louvu.
Yeah.
He's got 7, but he's a linebacker.
I mean, the only thing is like who has helped DJ get the ball?
I mean,
Sam Darnold.
You have Baker Mayfield who wouldn't even throw in the ball.
Sam
PJ who had
Darnold.
2 crazy weeks, and then Sam Darnold.
so you got 2 on each side of the ball.
So I don't know. I think the DJ getting 1,000 yards is crazy.
We can see both though.
Yeah,
We,
that's true.
that's my thing. Is
Yeah,
that's
I'll
what
go
we
for
like.
both. But if I had to pick one,
I like to see DJ.
yeah, I agree with you. Go ahead with your. You got a bold and a score.
No.
I'd like to get Hardy's name off our record book.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Who?
Greg Hardy.
He's tied with Kevin Green for most sacks.
Oh,
The late
Nice.
great Kevin Green.
Yes.
obviously Burns. I don't know. The secondary, I'd like to see them stop their passing for some kind of astronomical number, like under 200 yards or something. Like, I would like them to step up this week. I don't know if it's going to happen because it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But score prediction, sorry, 24-14 us.
Okay. Nice. 10-point spread. I like it.
It's pretty
Yeah.
nice, dude.
Just
Like
so
I'm telling you, Sam Darnold's going to come out here and he's going to throw darts.
well, just so you guys know, the line currently is 3.5.
Saints, right?
Saints by 3.5.
With
So
with freaking Andy Dalton.
no warning?
yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. So
Take that. You can cut that out.
I'm gonna go. I like your Sam Darnold. I feel like he's gonna have a good game.
Wait. I want to retract that.
Okay.
My bold prediction is Taysom Hill will score a touchdown.
Oh well, what a shock!
How many of those is the question?
Yeah. No doubt in my mind he's scoring at
And I
least
got to
one.
be honest, man. He's a good athlete. I'm just a hater. I hate that dude.
I hate him with a passion.
I
man.
despise every bone in his body. But anyway, I'm going with Darnold having a big game. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm pulling for that kid.
I am too.
I I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2017 Panthers.
2017
Yep.
Panthers. Okay.
Because Wilkes is really pushing to win this game.
And I hope so. But it seems like every time I pick the Panthers to win, they lose.
Exactly.
So.
And again, another stat, real quickly. We have not won in New Orleans since 2018.
2023. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
So there you go.
New year.
All right.
Cool.
CSR Fantasy.
Dougie, I'll hand you the trophy.
I want you to, I will feel funny if I say, you go ahead.
So somehow I sneak into the playoffs.
And you were a number 6 seed.
I was number 16. I was terrible all season. Went on like a 6-game win streak.
You did. Which I ended, by the way.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Snuck into the playoffs as a 6 seed. I think it ended up being my co-host here, Justin, in the first round.
Hi.
Tampa Steve ended up beating him.
Yep.
Couldn't get past Dougie Fresh, though.
Yeah, and I was the number 1 seed.
You were.
I'm gonna say it. But I got to throw some shout outs here. Going back to last season. My wife won it last year.
Yeah.
And so we kept the trophy in the Smith household.
Yeah, it looks
So
like
we just passed it on. And what's weird is last year I finished 7th.
Yeah.
She finished 7th this year. So we just swapped.
Something's going on here.
It's kind of crazy.
Collusion.
So, but what we did was, and we use ESPN as our I guess our fantasy choice.
Hub.
And so theirs is a little weird with the default stuff. So real quickly, I'm just going to run down if that's cool, guys.
Yeah.
The final standings. I'm guessing the playoffs. Basically, in the Final Four, we had I beat Kevin.
Yeah.
And then you beat Steve.
Yeah. Battle of the Steves.
Yep. And then so again, like Steven said, in the championship, I beat Steven. And in the consolation game for 3 and 4, Kev beat Steve. So Steve went from the number 2 seed down to the 4. Yeah. So the final standings, and they had a consolation bracket, and it's jacked up. Me and Steven were talking about it earlier. I don't know what ESPN does.
No.
But it's like, for instance, we use an example. I was the number 1 seed. Steven won. He was the 6th, but yet I didn't play him in the next round. I should have played the lower seed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of jacked up. But the final standings was Christian McCaffstrain was me, 1. Lost in the Woods, Steven 2. Cornelius Yard Goats,
Kev.
which is Kev, 3rd. Springfield Isotopes is Steve, 4th. Team Justin Cobble.
How you doing?
That's the name of the team.
Cobble?
Wonder who that is.
How's it going?
Cobble. I've worked with a Cobble. But I wonder who this team that is.
Probably tech guys.
It's not mine.
So I worked with a Cobble, by the way. And then we had our guy, Taylor Bass Turds. Saram. The Baylor Bass Turds.
Oh, my God.
And then T-Money was 7th. Show me your TDs. Sarah's was 8th. And then Miss Meow with her crazy team. She was at one point, man, she was struggling.
Yeah.
She finished 9th. And then good old Paul.
Sounds like you were struggling all year.
Smashville, who finished 2 and 12, by the way.
Good God.
He was frowning out the bottom at 10. But hey, he's a friend of the show. So we had it was a good. We're going to do some tweaks next year.
My
though.
God, I would give him another one.
Well, you remember Shram had a bad one last year. He was like 1 and whatever. So, but that's the wrap up on the CSR fantasy. So hey,
congratulations, buddy.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, but we vowed to make it a CSR final.
Yep.
And we did that.
We did. We got it.
Cool.
I'm taking it this year.
All right, cool. Hey,
you were kicking ass all year.
Mr. Auto Draft.
I don't understand what happened.
Mr. Auto
My auto draft fell through.
Yeah. All right, cool. We're going to Hurricanes.
Woody Canes, real quick.
All right.
25, 7 and 6, first in the Metro, second in the East. They were just freaking murdering people left and right in the month of December. They had 11-game win streak, 17-point straight games that were scoring a point.
With a point, yep.
Going into the Rangers game on Tuesday, they lost 5-3. Freaking Rangers, they always got to stuff.
I know, man.
Goalkeepers have really stepped up after a rough start at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
Prytor Kokachev,
Nice.
or
Coochie.
won the Rookie of the Month in December, going 7-0-1.
Yep.
He had 2 shutouts, and he became the first rookie goaltender for the Canes/Warriors history to earn 7 or more regular season wins in a calendar month.
Very cool.
Surpassing the previous franchise holder, Ned.
Yep.
Alex Nedjeflikov.
I love it. Nice.
Yeah. But he had been out since December the 20th before playing the Rangers. He's currently 10-2-4. He is top 5 in goals against average at 2.08 and save percentage at 9.924. So that kid's been killing it. I mean, top 5 in both of those categories, which is major categories for goalies.
Yep.
Dude's killing it. And Ronta's been playing good as well.
And Ronta got one of the 3 stars of the week this week. So he's killing it too. Next game tonight, we're playing. Give me a score update, guys.
2-2.
2-2 tonight.
And 13 minutes left in the second period.
Playing the Preds. So that's anything else on with the Canes? We're good, guys?
I just want to key in on that big stretch. The fast start by the Canes has really been their bread and butter.
Oh, yeah.
Scoring 22 goals while only giving up 8 goals in the first period. I just want to shout out Brent Burns.
Oh, yeah.
He's been playing great.
Yep.
And then we actually got Max Prosardi. Prosardi.
Nice.
Whatever. Back tonight, and we should be getting Anderson back in the next week or so from reports.
Cool. All right. So, Justin, I got to do it because I don't think he's done it today.
Do it.
Can we get a new pronunciation of number 37?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Schmarbagop.
Oh, nice.
Very nice.
You know, we got to have it.
Yeah, I mean, he's leading us in goals,
We
too.
have to. We have to. But that was nice.
Schmarbagop.
And we'll review the tape. I don't think you've did that one before.
We have to go back and look and see if I've ever repeated the same pronunciation.
I want like a full video of all of them.
Yeah, tech guy. I want you to splice them all together.
No,
We
the
need to go
perfect
back.
thing would be get subtitles
Oh my
when
god!
I do
yeah.
it, and it actually spells out what the hell I'm saying.
I think you know what it would be?
Question marks. Yeah.
All right. So
It would say Bush.
So hey, let's go Canes, baby.
That's it.
All right. So let's go to get off and get on my lawn,
Yep.
and then we'll take a little break.
Yeah, that's it.
A breaky poo.
All right. So you want to go first? Want me to go first?
Do you have anything, Justin? Are you good?
I'm thinking over here.
Both of mine are get off. Surprising.
Okay.
Surprising.
Yep, hit it.
Real quick. This one won't take long. Ready?
Yeah, hit it.
Idiot fans standing in the aisles during the game.
That's me. All day.
No, I'm not talking about at your seat. You come down. You guys know where my seats
Yeah.
are. You come down and you stand in the aisles and you just stand there in front of everybody. You know, we talked about it's no self-awareness.
Yeah.
I'm paying money for my seat and I'm looking at the back of your head because you're standing in the aisle. If you're in front of me in your seat, I got to stand up.
Yeah.
But if you're not even in your seat, yeah, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I got you.
You're not made of glass. Get the hell out of my way.
Yeah.
All right. And the last one, the parents who let their kids run around all crazy and doesn't make them go back to their seats.
Yeah.
Watch your kids.
Now, I'm going to build off that real quick.
Sure.
Obviously, I work in a grocery store and a retailer.
Sure.
And I can't stand, if I have to register and the kids are in the cart, I cannot freaking stand when they hand me items. Do not hand me an item, kid.
Oh yeah.
I don't care. If you're trying to help. No.
Nice.
Dude, because if I grab your arm, you're getting scanned.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm slinging groceries right now.
When you do that, will you make a video of that?
Yes. Because I have to tell them, no, I got it. Don't worry. I got it. Oh, I've got it. Don't worry. And the moms are like, yeah, he's got Dude.
Like, oh, let him hand it to you.
No, like normally they'll be like, no, Billy, stop doing that. But they won't actually stop them. They'll just say stop.
Yeah.
Stop it, Justin.
And I'm about to tell them, like, dude, if I grab your kid's hand, he's getting slung to that bag rack because I'm slinging groceries.
He's
right
drawing
now.
back a nub.
Yeah, he's
So
he's about to be scanned.
I'll see you at the grocery store. There's
Dude,
Steven.
I'm telling you, I'm slinging them.
Cool.
Fastest hands on the East Coast, just saying. I've got two.
I got one last one.
All
It's
right.
real quick. It's one of these, and I have to say this. You guys are not big on Twitter. You don't really do Twitter a lot, right?
Now hold on.
Okay. I do. And this is all I'm going to say. And anybody that knows this, that is a Twitter person and is a Panther fan, will probably relate to this and probably will get a lot of hits this week. Panthers Twitter. Panthers Twitter is a very scary place, especially after a loss.
Yeah.
Here's what I want to say to everyone on social media, and Panthers Twitter is the one that makes me do this. All right. This show is about, we get on here and we talk about sports.
Yeah.
Right? We have difference of opinion. We don't agree on everything. Right?
Right.
We do it all the time.
Yep.
But can we just agree to disagree at times and don't have to fight and argue and have to prove your point and call people names and tell people they're idiots? We can both be wrong and both be right at the same time.
Right.
So there's an old concept, and it is agreeing to disagree. can we please bring that back?
Yeah.
Because people nowadays force their opinions, and if you don't agree with them, it's attack mode.
Right.
Yep.
We can agree to disagree.
Yep.
So Panthers Twitter is one of the worst ones.
Oh yeah, I've seen it on.
I'm telling y'all.
On Facebook page,
People block people. People call people idiots. It is unbelievable.
Right.
So hey, grow up.
Yeah.
You can agree to disagree. That's it.
All right. My two. I'm only gonna do the one. Steve Smith not making the finalists. That's bullcrap. He's probably top 75 receiver
2 years in a row,
and he should be at least in the finals group. Not saying he should make the Hall of Fame this year. I don't know who's all on the ballot, but he should be a finalist.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I'll just hit this other one. We said DeMar Hamlin, the whole situation was just terrible.
Yeah.
If the NFL expected those players after he had left the field to have a 5-minute warm up and to play that game, they are out of their freaking minds.
Well, it's a very bad look.
If that's what they expected from this, is not someone leaving with a broken leg.
Right.
It's not somebody they watched this man get.
That man was
back.
fighting for his life.
Yes. It wasn't like in how bad it is. A broken neck is terrible.
Sure.
But it's not like that had happened and he gave him the thumbs up. Like, I'm good. Like,
he was unconscious.
They had no idea.
Yeah.
So if the NFL expected them to play after he had left the field and have a 5-minute warm up, shame on you, NFL.
And Stephen, that seems to be the talk.
Yeah.
Was that the players and the coaches are the ones that said, no, we're not going back out.
Exactly.
And, to be fair to the NFL, a lot of times stuff spreads. It may not even be true.
Right.
Maybe they were, taking their time for a reason. We're trying to play devil's advocate.
And what I maybe thought is maybe after a serious injury and somebody leaves in an ambulance, maybe that is their protocol is they get a 5, and that was,
and it may be.
We never had a situation this severe.
Exactly.
And that's their protocol is after they leave the field, you have 5 minutes to warm up and then play.
This was,
but this is a whole different
this
scenario.
was an anomaly, man.
Yeah.
It never happened before.
Exactly.
So I do want to shout out real quick. I thought that Buck and Aikman, I thought they handled it very well.
Yep.
And I'm not a big Buck guy. I thought those guys handled it very well. So
Definitely.
there you go.
All right.
Justin,
I'm
anything?
just going to piggyback off that. Everybody that showed support for him, all the donations he got for on his
Very
charity
cool.
and
Very
everything,
cool.
all that was awesome. All the teams, like we said earlier, all the teams changing their profile pics and everything.
Really cool.
That was really cool. So.
Yep. All right. Anything else?
That's it. I think it's our time for our union break.
All right. So, hey, that's the end of part 1. So we will be back. We will be back after a short break, and we'll go part 2. So, we ready, guys?
Yep.
We are. C.
S.
Or Jesus Christ.